Welcome to Stoic Daily Stoicism. In today's video, we're diving into a truth most men don't want to hear, but every man must face if he wants to rise above weakness. Men chase, boys beg, but legends? They walk away, because the moment you stop running after a woman, something powerful happens. Something she never saw coming. Something that shakes her reality at its core. You see? When you finally decide to detach, you aren't just removing yourself from her life. You are cutting off the oxygen that kept her ego alive. You're taking away the constant stream of validation, attention, and energy she was feeding on. And without that supply, she feels something she never wanted to face: powerlessness. Think about it. Have you ever seen a woman's behavior completely flip the moment a man stops caring? One day she's arrogant, dismissive, treating him like an option. The next, she's suddenly peeking at his stories, liking his posts, sending those famous "Hey stranger" texts. Suddenly she has all the time in the world to talk, and the man is left wondering, wait, the same woman who once ignored me now wants my attention. But here's the hard truth. She doesn't miss you. She misses the power she had over you. She misses the validation, the attention, the comfort of knowing you'd always be there when she wanted. This is the shift that happens when a man finally embraces his true power. And this, my brothers, is exactly why you must learn the art of walking away. But before we break this down step by step, I want you to do one thing right now. Comment below. I am the prize. Say it. Type it. Own it. Because until you believe that truth, everything I'm about to tell you will be nothing more than empty words. And if you're ready for unapologetic truth, hit that subscribe button so more men can hear this message. YouTube will push this to those still trapped, and together, we will set them free. Now let's get into the brutal reality. Phase 1. Shock and denial women don't need physical strength to control men. They don't need force, and most of the time, they don't even need commitment. What they use is far more dangerous: psychology, manipulation, and the endless hunger for validation. This is the game. And most men fall for it without ever realizing. She doesn't need to love you. She doesn't need to care. All she needs to do is keep you chasing. And to do that, she gives you just enough attention to spark your interest. Just enough affection to make you think you're special. Just enough validation to keep you hooked. But here's the catch. The second you try to claim her fully, she pulls away. Why? Because security kills her power. If you feel comfortable, if you feel like you're in control, her grip weakens, so she starves you just enough. She delays her replies. She cancels plans. She acts busy. She withdraws affection. And what do most men do? They double down. They text more, call more, chase harder, exactly as she wanted. The more you chase, the more power she has. And as long as you're trapped in that cycle, she controls the frame. But something dangerous happens when you finally wake up. When you decide, enough, I'm done playing. Just stop texting first. You stop chasing. You stop begging. And eventually you walk away. Now, here's where her reality cracks. At first, she pretends not to care. She acts like she hasn't noticed. She even put on a performance, laughing louder, posting happier, flaunting her freedom. But make no mistake, she feels it. Inside, she's in panic mode, telling herself, no way, he'll come back. He's just playing. Men always come back, because she's tested this before. And she's seen men cave within days. But this time, something is different. You're not checking up on her. You're not biting the bait. You're not reaching out. And that's when the denial phase starts to collapse. She starts testing the waters, liking your photos, sending random texts, even showing up in places she knows you'll be. And every second you don't react, every moment you remain silent, her sense of control begins to crumble. This is the moment most men ruin everything. Because the second you respond, she wins. She knows you were bluffing. But if you hold the line, if you truly walk away, she enters the next phase. Phase 2, self-doubt and reflection. At first, she told herself you were playing games. that you'd get bored and come crawling back. But as the silence stretches on, her mind begins to fracture. For the first time, she faces something she was never built to handle: rejection. Understand this: men are trained by life to face rejection. We get ghosted, ignored, curved, passed over. It hardens us. But women, most have lived their entire lives with an abundance of attention. From social media, from dating apps, from random strangers. They're not used to silence, so when you don't return, when you don't play your part in fueling her ego, it terrifies her. Now she's asking herself questions she never imagined. Am I losing my looks? Was I not good enough? Did he find someone better? This is when the mirror becomes her enemy. She spends longer getting ready, wondering what's wrong. She stalks your socials, dissecting every like and comment. And most dangerously, she begins to feel something she never expected toward you: jealousy. She starts imagining you with someone else. She starts watching who interacts with you online. She checks your followers, your comments. Anything that could give her a clue. And here's the irony: the more she obsesses, the more power shifts back to you. Because now she's the one chasing silently. Even if she never admitted out loud, this is the phase where she starts to break. And the deeper that self-doubt cuts, the more desperate her next moves become. Phase 3, rationalization and rebound, now comes. The most destructive stage of all: her emotions are out of control. She's tried pretending she doesn't care. She's tried waiting for you to reach out. She's even tested the waters. But nothing worked. So now she turns to the only escape her ego can find: rationalization. She starts rewriting history to protect herself. She tells herself lies like, he was too obsessed with me. He was weak. And that's unattractive. I wasn't even that into him. She tells her friends she ended things. She paints you as needy, as emotional, as not enough. But the person she's really trying to convince is herself, because deep down, she knows the truth. She lost control. She fumbled a man who refused to play her game. And that burns to numb that burn. She turns to the rebound. She grabs the first guy who shows interest. Not because she loves him, not even because she respects him, but because she needs a bandage. She needs someone to fill the gap you left. Someone to worship her, chase her, validate her. That's why you'll suddenly see her posting happy pictures, showing off her new love, acting like life is amazing. She wants you to see it. She wants you jealous. She wants to trigger you back into the cycle. But here's the catch: she doesn't actually respect him. Because women don't respect what's easy. And this guy, he was too easy. He didn't challenge her. He didn't walk away. He ran toward her, wide open. And women never respect men they can control. So what happens? She grows bored. The sparkle fades. She starts texting other men. She starts losing interest. And before long, the rebound collapses. And who does she start thinking about again? You. The man who walked away. The man who wouldn't bend. The man she couldn't break. But by then, it's too late. The Stoic truth behind it all. Now, let's pause and step back. Because this isn't just about women, relationships, or dating games. This is about something bigger: self-mastery. The Stoics taught us you cannot control others, but you can always control yourself. Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you chase, when you beg, when you obsess, you've lost control of yourself. You've handed your power to someone else. But when you walk away, when you choose silence, when you master your desires, you've taken that power back. This isn't about revenge. It's not about winning some game. It's about becoming untouchable. Becoming the man who is content with or without her. The man whose value doesn't depend on anyone else's attention. That, my brothers, is true freedom. How to apply this power in real life. So what does this mean for you? How do you actually live this out? Let me break it down into practical steps. Detach emotionally. Stop tying your worth to her reactions. Your value doesn't rise or fall based on her attention. Focus on purpose. Replace chasing women with chasing goals. Build your body, your wealth, your discipline. Become the man you admire. Control your attention. Don't waste it on those who don't deserve it. Attention is the most valuable currency you own. Spend it wisely. Embrace silence. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to beg. Walking away in silence is louder than any words. Live stoically, expect challenges, accept rejection, embrace discomfort. These things forge strength, while comfort breeds weakness. When you do this, women stop being your prison. They stop being your validation machine. Instead, they become what they were always meant to be, a choice, not a need. Closing power, so let me leave you with this. Most men lose because they can't bear to walk away. They cling, they chase, they beg. And in doing so, they forfeit respect. But the men who truly win, they understand this game and they refuse to play. They know that women don't respect the men they can control. They only respect the ones who refuse to be controlled. Be that man. Be the man who walks away. Be the man who chooses himself first. Be the man who is never afraid to lose her. Because once you become him, you will never lose again. If you've made it to the